For the next few minutes, you'll hear from representatives of 4 major hydroelectric industry associations located around the globe, providing their perspectives on the challenges hydropower faces today and how these associations are working to help overcome those challenges.
We really do see hydro at a crossroads. On one hand, we're seeing low energy demand, and as well as a time when there is cheap energy. And we're seeing that our individual member companies are being really squeezed. We issued a paper at the NWHA conference that really talks about the need to reinvigorate this industry. The single largest challenge we have as an industry is that we are not telling the hydro story as strongly as we need. Hydropower brings a tremendous amount of contribution to the energy needs of today, and that it's vulnerable unless we set the policies that are going to make a difference.
The largest challenge that hydropower is facing in the Pacific Northwest is balancing the intermittent renewables that we're seeing. We've got a lot of solar and wind by de facto, and trying to balance that with our legacy resources that we have, as well as the new small hydro that's coming online. And what we're really trying to do is help these legacy resources be supported with the ancillary services that they're providing and all the increased cycling that those larger facilities are experiencing, as well as helping the small hydro folks get their power to market and finding mechanisms for them to work with buyers.
It's still a communication issue. IHA, their whole program is built around knowledge building, and we do a tremendous job of sharing information with those in the hydropower sector, but we're still having some difficulty reaching those who are not within the hydropower sphere. So we really have to do more to ensure that those who need to understand more about hydropower are reached and understand the benefits of hydropower and why sustainable projects are being built and the principles behind it.
Now there is one single, probably largest challenge in Canada, and it's the regulatory uncertainty. We've had quite a few pieces of legislation since 2016 that have been tabled and due for an overview. And right now we're very involved in Canada, working with the Senate, trying to make sense of very significant changes that are being proposed. One of them is Bill C-69 on the Canadian Environmental Assessment Act, and the other one is Bill C-68 on the Fisheries Act. So we're working with stakeholders, working with government, and we've got a federal election coming up, October 2019, so we're sitting tight and waiting to see what's going to happen. We right now are focusing on a few themes. There was a wave of greenfield projects over the past probably couple decades, and right now I think everybody's buzzing about the fact that we are entering a new cycle which is going to be focused on refurbishment. The average age of a hydro facility in Canada is about 50 years old. We see it as an opportunity in many ways. One, in terms of optimization, and the hydropower sector is one of the most innovative, doing a lot of research and development. And we are quantifying what's going to be coming up, both in terms of reinvestment, so the amount of dollars that's going to be reinvested in the Canadian gross domestic product, but also in terms of expansion, because when we upgrade and when we refurbish a site, most of the time we try and have some sort of incremental expansion.
We have to continue to work with NGOs and some of the communities that are not necessarily on the hydropower side, invite them to events like this and increase our exposure to organizations that need to understand the benefits of hydropower. We're doing some things that are really going to help to reach a different demographic. At this year's Hydropower Congress, we've had 2 youth events. We also have a women's networking event at the Congress this year. So this is another way for us to reach a broader community and build our family even larger.
One of the things that we have done is we took a really hard look at our strategic plan and realized a lot of our focus is at the national level. The real place where all of that is happening is at the state and the regional level. And so our strategic plan has now added a new element to it to help our industry learn how to educate the officials at the regional level about the values of hydro and the need to create policies, particularly market structures, that value those specific attributes. All the other renewable technologies have certainly seen how how important it is to play at the state and the regional level.
We're really active out there making sure that our member voices are being heard. We're having conversations each year about the challenges that we're facing and making sure that the NWHA has a timely and relevant voice, as we're seeing a lot of bills and a lot of activity. This spring we've seen a letter in the Oregon State Legislature for a resolution to support pump storage hydropower, as well as in the state of Washington right now there's a 100% clean energy bill that's going through the Senate and the state floor. In 2019 at the annual conference, we had a session on cryptocurrency and these larger loads like electric vehicles and how this disruptive technology is affecting hydropower. Those type conversations are really important for hydropower to have.